Now you're going to see the transition from one waypoint to the next, but I've never tested the car turning around in a cul-de-sac. So let's see how this behaves. Okay, so as you can see, the stop sign, it's half open. I'll be curious to see if it picks up on that. A lot of notifications going on here with the car telling me to do stuff. Figures it out. So it's slowing down, kind of realizing, hey everybody, John here. Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. I'm really excited here to be testing in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I am on version 10.10.2. Still waiting for the new update. I have noticed since the new update got released to more people, my car has gone back in time. I've noticed that it's missed some turns. It's kind of shown a little bit of regression, surprisingly. Not sure what that's all about, but I did see somebody else had experienced the same thing. So I'm going to take the car to a pharmacy and then to some neighborhood areas and then back to my home. We'll see how it does. So right after I got home at 7:20 p.m., I got 10.11.2 pushed to my car. Really excited. I'll be testing it out first thing tomorrow. All right, and we are off. So first things first, I'm in the parking lot of my workplace, and the GPS always has the information wrong. So it thinks that we can actually get out over here, which is really interesting to me because there is no exit over here. And the last time I tried to just let it go here, it failed miserably. So I'm just gonna see here, because it's been a very long time since I've tested that. I'm gonna see how it does, because last time it actually didn't even take this left to come up in here because there is no left. So it actually came up into this parking lot up over in here. So we're gonna see if it can actually do this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. So this is one of the downsides of using beta, is that a lot of times the GPS, it just gets it wrong, and it can't determine how to get out of certain places, or the road will be mapped incorrectly, and it just does things, wrong. So here it's going to come through this area, and see, now there it corrected. So you could see on the screen there, it actually corrected, but now it went back. Okay, we're going to see how it does. It usually misses this horribly. So it's coming forward here, and then it's like it doesn't know where it is, because there is no exit here. So then it goes to the right and it speeds up. This is what happened last time as well. And then the last time I tried this, so there's some cars over here, it almost hit a car in this parking lot. To my knowledge, there's no way out of this area. We're gonna see. Yeah, no, there is not. You can walk out of this area. We're gonna see if it figures it out. So it's slowing down, kind of realizing, and there you get a message, cruise control unavailable. At least it recognizes that it can't get out of here, so it just kind of gives up. So take over immediately, auto steer aborted for system error. So system error due to the maps. The map data just isn't showing the exit correctly. So I'm going to have to manually get out of here. I mean, I can try turning it back on again, but it's just going to fail. Might as well try it. So we'll come here, and as soon as it allows me to turn it on, and as you can see, there's there's the icon. So now it allows me to turn it on. We'll go ahead and turn it on. And I think it's going to probably try to turn around. So this makes me nervous, coming towards this car here and trying to figure out where to go here. Hesitating. And now going around this parked car. Okay. And going right toward this fence, and navigate on autopilot ending. Okay, so it says basically we're here, I guess, 100 feet. So it basically gave up. This time, no system error. So interesting to note that this area is a problem. So I'm going to have to take over, go ahead and cancel out of here, and we're going to have to drive manually to get onto the main road. So once I get to right about here, the GPS corrects itself, and then we can go on our way. So should have rerouted. Okay, there we go. So now I can turn it on, and it will come up here and finish the route just fine. Coming a little bit too far to the left, there's a lot of semi-trucks that come in here, and if I was this far to the left and a semi-truck was coming, it would present a problem. So there's no vehicles on this road, and it executes the left turn. Not bad. So here we are turning left and waiting behind a couple cars in front of us. What's interesting to note here is that even though there's 3 cars in front of me, the display is only showing 1. There's only 1. I was commenting to an associate of mine the other day just how responsive the screen is. And this is, a 2019 Model 3, and it's still extremely responsive. So if I take the screen and I just go like this, you can see it, how it just flies around. I mean, that's really impressive in my opinion, how quick the display is to respond. I don't know about you, but if you've ever been in another vehicle and you've tried to interface with a touchscreen, there's a lot of lag. It's very, very slow. So here it is. It struggled a little bit on that turn. There is somebody right behind us. Okay, that car comes out, slowed down for caution. I loved it. The person behind me is now in the right lane, so that didn't present any issues. That was a little bit overly cautious in my opinion, but didn't present any issues. So that's good. All right, and then going forward here, and then in about 2 miles, we're going to be turning right onto Roselle Road. Okay, so we are locked in for 45 miles per hour in a 40 speed zone. And relatively light traffic. We're a little bit past rush hour. I purposefully selected an intersection that has a lot of traffic. I went on Google Maps and found the area that had the most yellow and red traffic pattern, and decided I'd have it pull into a Jewel Osco. Actually, it's going to be pulling into a Walgreens parking lot here. So that's what I have dialed in for the first destination. Okay, slowing down for this traffic ahead of us. And sometimes random displays will show up with a construction cone. Like there was a cone over on the side of the road, and I certainly didn't see one, but it was showing one. So sometimes I'll notice that it shows things that aren't really there. Okay, so in less than a quarter mile, we need to turn right, and we are not in the lane to do that. And it looks like it's actually getting in the left lane, and strange that it did that because it's definitely not the right thing to do. And then pulling over very awkwardly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, okay, that was not good. I'm surprised they didn't honk at me. That was not the right move at all. I had to take over there. Lucky we didn't get in a crash on that one. It actually looks like it turned off the beta mode through jerking out of that, and that was just very sloppy. I was surprised to see that. So that is definitely a disengagement, and as you can see, the beta isn't even being displayed on the screen anymore. So just cancel out of here. Okay, so I was in cruise control mode, or smart cruise control mode, so I'm going to turn it back on. It looks like Wise Road here. We're turning left, so let it get in the left turn lane. Here's the Walgreens that I told it to navigate to. So that is interesting. So if you jerk it out of beta mode, it maintains a smart cruise. So let me just demonstrate this. I jerk it out of here, and it maintains this other mode, and it's still going to move here, I believe. Plus, press accelerator to resume. I take that back. Turn it back on here. We're going to push it through the intersection. Okay, so no one behind us. I'm going to let it. It's slowing down, trying to figure out where to go. Wow, there's another intervention. So I had to push it through. Nobody behind us here, and now it comes into the parking lot. Not necessarily the greatest drive there for me. It was a little bit nerve-wracking there. I'm not sure why. So that's a path I haven't taken it on. So I'm trying to spice it up and do a couple different drives here and there because I always let it take the same route. So I'm going to purposefully test different things here moving forward. Okay, so I have another destination programmed in, and I'm going to test out the waypoint here, and we're going to see how it does this. So I'm going to put in another one right here. I'm going to add. So it should go to the first one and then the second one. Okay, so should be an interesting test. Not sure how well it's going to do because I haven't tested the waypoints very thoroughly here. So as you can see, it's going to come out here, turn right, and then turn right again to get back out on Wise Road. So I'll go ahead and turn it on. Should be able to get out of this parking lot. Immediately the right turn signal turns on, which is the right thing. And it's going to be a very tight exit here. I'm a little bit nervous about this curb. Okay, very tight. Keep going. It's got to go all the way. Okay, very good. Very well done. Okay, and coming out onto this road, it is clear to go. Okay, good. All right, and there was even a car there coming up, so that was very well done. I didn't have any issues there. And now waiting at this red light. Turning right here on Salem, car coming up behind us, and nicely done. So we're going to come through this neighborhood area. Now you're going to see the transition from one waypoint to the next. And if the GPS is communicating, if I have good connectivity, which you can check now, they've hidden that inside of here. You can check, I have 3 bars out of 5 bars. If that's strong enough, then it should detect when you arrive at your first point, and then it should allow you to continue through to the next destination. So we're going to find out how it does here. And again, I haven't tested these waypoints that heavily. I know I have heard that there are issues with the waypoints as it relates to beta, and I have had a couple awkward situations, but I haven't been able to pinpoint exactly what's wrong because it just behaves differently, it seems, every single time I test it. So coming up here, it's going to find this first destination, and then it looks like it wants to turn back around to get back on the path to get on this road here. So it's going to turn left to go into, I think, someone's house, or next to someone's house at least. It still doesn't have the capability to pull into driveways. So if you dial in an address, unlike like a restaurant or a grocery store where it will go into the parking lot, if you dial in an address in a residential neighborhood, it still doesn't know that. Now this is interesting. The stop sign is quite a ways up here. There's someone stopped right there. Let's see if it goes for it. Or okay, it's taking its time and then going through the intersection. Okay, nice. And then up here, going to turn right. And asking for a little bit of feedback on the steering wheel there. And now that we're getting really close to this destination, it should trigger and say, okay, move on to the next one. So you'll see it's a blue path right here that we were just on. And now that it gets here, it says now 625 Fairview Lane. Press accelerator to resume. Okay, autopilot navigation complete. So if I press on the accelerator, let's see what happens here. Okay, now it's moving forward and almost like it's recalculating this same destination. So it did not give me the option to move on to the next waypoint. So it's actually going back to where it just was. And this is, I guess, part of the awkwardness or the issue that I've experienced with the waypoints is it just doesn't seem to recognize that you arrived at the first waypoint. It doesn't allow you to continue forward. So we're going to try it again. It's going to come around to this first waypoint and hopefully this time register and say we're here, let's go to the next one. And I'm not sure what we'll test once it stops here again. We'll test another thing. So I just pressed on the accelerator to see if that would allow it to accept that it arrived at the first one, but that did not. So I'm going to try another thing once I get there. Okay, going really slow, a car coming up here. All right, now it has some space to go, okay? And we're just going back to the same spot here, and then we're going to try another way. I really want it to register that we arrived at this first spot. Okay, getting over kind of close to the bike lane there, and the right turn signal turns on enough in advance. It's well done there. Stopping completely and then turning right. Okay. And once again, turning right into here. All right. Okay, and blowing right past that destination and seemingly going in a loop now. So I'm not really sure what it's doing here. It's just going in an infinite loop, it looks like. So it's going to go around and do this again. See, this is why the waypoints just don't work right now with beta. So it's basically going to go back and do the same thing. It's going to go in an infinite loop. You know, we'll let it. I don't have anything between now and the time I go to bed, so I have all the time in the world to test this. I don't mind, letting it be stupid. But let's just see here. Okay, so once again, turning right. Feels like deja vu. Feel like we've been here before. All right. Now, that was the exact same right turn, and it was a lot slower. It took a lot more time executing that turn, and we didn't have any vehicle behind us this time. So, let's see, 200 feet, 100 feet, and just going straight through. Wow. Okay. So, all right. I don't know. I'm gonna go like this, and we're just gonna say edit trip, and I'm just gonna get this first one out of there. Okay, so turning right here. Crazy how it's behaving here. So we're just going to get that first waypoint out of there and then proceed with the rest of our ride here. Okay, on with our test. So there's a car coming on the left, no vehicles on the right, at least none that I can see, and we are clear to go. Hesitating, autopilot creeping forward, checking for visibility. It is clear. I don't know why it's taking so much time. All right, there we go. And coming out, and then it's going to stop here and then go straight. Four-way stop, handled that really nicely. Not so nice here, slowing down, almost stopping completely. I'm gonna have to report that. It says please pay attention to the road, so that was a false positive there. It thought that I was not paying attention, and in fact I'm staring straight ahead. So sometimes I've noticed that if you're looking straight ahead and you kind of zone out a little bit, or you don't move your head at all, it thinks that you're not paying attention. So there have been a number of times where that's happened, and it's just a nuisance for me, because it's like, okay, I am paying attention. What more do you want of me here? Okay, turning left here and getting into the left turn lane and turning on its left turn signal right now. Okay, great. And then it's a green light, should go through. Yellow light, pushing through, don't stop. Okay, good. Apply slight turning force to the steering wheel. A lot of notifications going on here with the car telling me to do stuff. Okay, and then going straight here. And then in 1 mile, we're going to turn right onto Emerson Drive. Okay, so we've got a car right behind us, and in a little distance here, about a half a mile, we are going to be turning right. So it should be turning on the right turn signal here pretty soon. There it is. And moving into the right lane. That's done very well. Okay, so as you can see, the stop sign, it's half open. I'll be curious to see if it picks up on that. The display didn't show anything, so it was half of a stop sign that we just went past, and it intelligently recognized that that was not a full stop sign, so that's good. There have been those temporary stop signs where the whole thing is blown open and it will recognize it and stop, and it's not supposed to, obviously. So I've had that happen a couple times. I've had to intervene to tell it to not stop. Okay, and coming up here, we're just going to see where we're dialed in. Yep, this is the final destination here. Okay, this is a recurring pattern that I've noticed in these neighborhoods, is even when the intersection is completely clear, it still goes very, very slow. And coming into this little subdivision here, and then arriving. Okay. So from here, if I set a destination, since we're kind of stuck in this little cul-de-sac area, I really don't think it's going to be able to get out, but I've never tested the car turning around in a cul-de-sac. So let's see how this behaves. I'm going to go ahead and dial in, tell it to go to my home. And immediately it starts taking off. Apply slight turning force to the steering wheel. Okay, so there the destination just came in. It's telling to do a U-turn. Let's see if it can do this. Unable to complete maneuver. Please assist now. That's cool. So it recognizes I can't do this. You need to do it for me. So if I just step on the accelerator, let's see what it will do. Okay, just ever so slightly I'm stepping on it. We're going to see if it can actually turn itself around. Evidently not. Okay, so now as you can see, the steering wheel is just kind of jittering here. I can tell it's like some sort of PID algorithm. It doesn't know what to do, and this can't be good. It's just my steering wheel is going crazy. So I'm going to exit out of here, shift to reverse, and turn around here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and turn it back on. And going straight up to 30 miles per hour. Wow, it just swerved to the left. Not sure what that was all about. So there are no lines here on these roads. And there again, it's swerving to the left. I don't see anything that's indicating there's an obstacle. I'm really not sure why it's doing that. There again, see, it's like it's seeing something. Wow, so it's all over the place right now. Not sure what it's seeing. Okay, it's stopping very far back, and it says it's creeping forward. It's checking for visibility. A couple cars coming on the right, no cars on the left. Once this car passes on the right, this is the last one, and then we are clear to go. Okay, it can go now. Still checking for visibility, and now it recognizes it can go. All right. That was really strange, that road. It was picking up something on the road and really trying to go around it. I think the cameras were seeing something that wasn't there, and that's going to be a challenge for Tesla, I think, moving forward, is recognizing what's important and what's not important. And even Elon Musk had mentioned that in the Lex Fridman interview, saying that the detection of objects that don't matter is really difficult. And I think that also has to do a lot with the phantom braking that people continuously complain about, because the car is going to take caution in every situation that it can to avoid an accident. And there are certain situations where there might be a shadow on the road, or maybe a camera is obstructed and it sees something that it really isn't there, and the car reacts in the wrong way, in the worst way possible, is especially when you're on the highway and the car just slams on the brakes. I have not had that happen. Some people have said, oh, that's a big issue, but I personally have not had that happen. I mean, it's happened, but not in a severe way where it's like, oh my gosh, that could have created an accident. It will slow down, but it will slow down just a little tiny bit and then keep going. And it hasn't been that dramatic for me. So, maybe that's because I haven't driven too much on the highways. I mean, I've taken it on long trips. I've driven to Ohio with the car. I've driven to northern Michigan with the car up near Sleeping Bear Dunes. I've driven it down to Indianapolis multiple times. So I have taken it around the Midwest area, but I've never taken it cross country, for example. So I don't have as much mileage to have really experienced significant phantom braking. The standard warranty for a Model 3 is 4 years or 50,000 miles, and I'm right at both of those right now. So slowing down here, this is a really nice turn. Autopilot could not handle this at all, whereas Full Self-Driving Beta slices through that turn like a hot knife through butter. I absolutely love that particular route on Beta. Okay, and then here, this is a four-way stop, and then turning left. Great, so that brings us pretty much to the end of our trip here. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you like my videos, please hit the like button, subscribe. Really appreciate your support. Always open to feedback. Please let me know what you like, what you don't like, where you'd like me to go next. All sorts of things like that. Much appreciated. I love your feedback as always. I try to reply to every single comment. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.